Hello, this is Derek, Animal Care Technician with the North Island Wildlife Recovery Center, with an update on Crumpet, Goldie, and Elkie, our 2020 black bear cubs. The time has come for their next vet checkup and to be moved into their new pre-release enclosure. These cubs have come a long way. When Crumpet arrived, she was only 2.8 pounds and had to be syringe fed. It was not long, however, before she was climbing and exploring the nursery on her own, even feeding on her own. And soon enough, it was time for her to join Goldie and Elkie in the Growout area. The cubs spent all summer in the Growout area and became fast friends. Although there was a bit of a size difference, they all got along great. It is very healthy for black bear cubs to have playmates to learn and to grow with. So whether splashing solo or together, they did spend a lot of time in the pool, as well as on the logs. But the time has come for their next vet checkup and to move on up into the pre-release enclosure. The first step is individually chasing them into a catch cage, where Dr. Malcolm McCady can safely administer the sedation drug. It's important to remember that we need to foster a healthy, natural fear of humans in these cubs to ensure that they thrive in the wild upon release. Having them run from us is what we want. Once in the catch cage, Dr. Malcolm McCady draws up the correct dosage of drug and injects the cub. Once the cub is down, we transport them into the treatment center on a blanket to begin the veterinary checkup. These cubs are pretty heavy, so it takes a couple people to transport them. The first thing we do is get a weight. Crumpet now weighs in just over 100 pounds. Next, we apply eye lubricant and monitor their oxygen level and heart rate, as well as their temperature. We confirm the sex and do a physical check of their body condition. After that, we secure an ear tag. These ear tags are important so that these bears can be identified as rehabilitated bears. We also insert a transponder underneath the skin behind the tagged ear. Next on the docket is measuring the cubs. We take various measurements on the cubs and record all the data. The final step is to draw blood for laboratory analysis. After all that, it's back to the blanket for transport to their new enclosure, where they will spend the next 7 months before their springtime release. Again, it takes multiple people to move these cubs. Once in the staging area, Dr. Malcolm McCady administers the reversal drug. Some stimulation is needed, and it helps to make the reversal work faster. We gently shake the cubs and shine lights until we see their eyes flicker and their heads lift. Then we step back and let them recover on their own. And before long, they are out in their new environment. But that can be pretty scary, so they tend to stick together for the first little bit. Their new enclosure has so much for them to explore, from hibernation dens to logs and root balls, and all sorts of vegetation. There are so many new smells and things to see. It doesn't take long for them to start investigating every nook and cranny. The cubs are always drawn to the logs and the root balls, as it is very natural for them to explore these types of environments in the wild forests on Vancouver Island. They love to climb and go in and out of the log hollows and root dens that we have created for them. In this all-natural enclosure, we are completely hands-off. All defecation breaks down naturally, and we feed through various feed hatches all around the enclosure. And bears sure do eat a lot. On average, they need about 5,000 calories a day, but when they are preparing for hibernation, they can consume up to 20,000 calories a day. That's a lot of feed. Providing food through the various hatches ensures that there is no feeding routine and helps to prepare them further for their eventual release back into the wild. Before long, the whole vet checkup is behind them, and they are back to their normal, playful selves. We have cameras on them 24/7 in the treatment center so that they are constantly monitored. Crumpet, Elkie, and Goldie have come a long way with us at NIWRA, and they still have a long way to go. They will spend the next 7 months in the pre-release enclosure before being released back into the wild next June. Rehabilitating black bear cubs is a long journey, but it is very rewarding. From everybody at the North Island Wildlife Recovery Center, we thank you so much for your support.